Hello everybody, Atp back again with another video, and today's video, guys, is going to be about previewing this World Tour Finals that we just have around the corner, who will start about 3 days from now. This is the 5th biggest tournament for the year, in my opinion. It is not a coincidence like why many people call it the 5th Grand Slam. And the best 8 players will anticipate in London. This tournament will start on Sunday. We have 2 groups, on the Andre Agassi group and the Björn Borg group. More about that a little later. Who has ended as the world #1 most times? It is Pistol Pete Sampras. He has ended 6 times, if I'm not mistaken. On the 2nd place, we have Connors, Federer and Djokovic, who has ended 5 times as world #1 in the end of the year. And on the 3rd place, we have Lendl, McEnroe and Nadal, who has ended 4 times as world #1. And then who has won this tournament most times? It is actually Federer. He has won it 6 times. He has been actually in 10 finals, which is outrageous. That is really deadly impressive. He has won it 6 times, most times of all time. And on the 2nd place, we have Sampras, Lendl and Djokovic, who has won it 5 times. And Nadal has actually never won this tournament. This is Rafa's only really big tournament that he has not won. I know that he has not won 3 Masters as well, like Shanghai, Miami and Paris, Nadal, but this World Tour Finals is a bigger tournament than those 3 Masters that Rafa has not won. So Rafa, he will try to win it for the first time in his career. And Federer, he won this tournament for the last time Federer won it was quite a long time ago. It was 8 years ago, I believe, 2011. So it is a lot of mistake, my friends, especially for Nadal and Djokovic, who will end as the world #1. Djokovic, he's trying to tie Pistol Pete, who has ended most times, 6 times, and Nadal, he is trying to end for the 5th time and to be on the elite group with Connors, Djokovic, and Connors, Djokovic and Federer, who has all 3 of them ended 3 times, and Nadal is trying to become the 4th player to end as the world #1 for the 5th time, exactly like Djokovic, Connors and Federer. So, and then, like I said, I want to talk about the groups. Like I said earlier in the video, we have the Andre Agassi group and we have the Björn Borg group. Rafael Nadal is on the Andre Agassi group with all bunch of next-geners like Stefanos Tsitsipas, Daniil Medvedev and Alexander Sasha Zverev. And in the other group, the Björn Borg group, we have Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, Dominic Thiem and Matteo Berrettini. 4 of these players are anticipating for the first time in the World Tour Finals, if I'm not mistaken, my tennis friends all around the world. And those 4 players are Stefanos Tsitsipas, Daniil Medvedev, Matteo Berrettini, and Stefanos Tsitsipas, Daniil Medvedev, Matteo Berrettini, and who is the 4th player? Let me think here now. My head is hanging still here. Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Matteo Berrettini, not Thiem, not Zverev. No, we have only 3 players actually who is playing this event for the first time. Obviously, because Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, they have played before. Sasha Zverev has played before. Dominic Thiem has played before. 3 players, wrong on me. That's why I'm not getting the 4th name. Tsitsipas, Medvedev, and Matteo Berrettini. They are doing their debuts on this big event. Who do I believe will win this? What do I believe will happen? This is an indoor tournament. This tournament suits Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Like I said, it is an indoor tournament. They love to play indoors. They are one of the greatest indoors players of all time, both Djokovic and Federer. No wind, perfect condition. We all know that Djokovic and Federer, they love non-windy conditions. They are not like Nadal. Nadal is a better player than both Federer and Djokovic outside, where he has the wind in his advantage. Djokovic and Federer, they love indoors conditions. And Nadal, if Nadal anticipates, because we don't know that for certain, my feeling is, if I know Rafa Nadal correctly, I don't think that he is deadly injured with that abdominal strain that he has on his stomach. I think that he's not 100%, that is for sure, he's not, but I really think he wants to anticipate. He wants to get that end world number one. He wants to win this tournament for the first ever time in his career. He really wants this badly. He is, after all, Rafael Nadal, one of the greatest competitors of all times, if not the greatest competitor of all time. He will do everything in his power to anticipate. My feeling is he will play the first match. Then, if he will end the tournament, or if he will throw the towel and pull out during the tournament, that is a total different story. Maybe that will happen. I will not be surprised if that happens. But I think he will play the first match. That is my feeling. That is my feeling. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Rafa Nadal, he just wants this tournament badly. He wants that world number end badly. He has so much advantage from Novak Djokovic. He has that end world number one on his hands, which Djokovic doesn't have. Djokovic needs to win all the matches, and Rafa Nadal doesn't need to win all the matches. It is a jungle, like I said. I don't want to go too deep into that. You guys know that probably already enough about that. But the end world number one is in Rafa's hands and not in Novak's hands. So Rafa will do everything in his power to anticipate. And if Rafa anticipates, he has a good group on the Andre Agassi group with bunch of next geners. He is 11-1 on the head-to-head with Tsitsipas, Medvedev and Sasha Zverev. The only player who has defeated him in that group before is Tsitsipas, actually, earlier this year in Madrid. The other two, they are never defeated Rafa Nadal. Sasha Zverev, Alexander Zverev has never defeated Nadal, and Daniil Medvedev has never defeated Nadal. So Rafa Nadal, if he is playing, if he is in good conditions and play pain-free, I think he will progress in that group. I have 4 top favorites on this list, because I will talk about who will go to the semifinals and who will go to the finals. I have 4 top players. On my number 4th place, I have Daniil Medvedev. I think Daniil Medvedev will go to that semi. He has the edge over Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas has never defeated Daniil Medvedev in 4 or 5 meetings. I don't remember exactly now. It is 4 or 5-0 to Daniil Medvedev on the head-to-head. One of those two. I don't remember 100% which one exactly. So Tsitsipas has big troubles against Daniil Medvedev. And Daniil Medvedev, we all know that he has done a tremendous good year this year. He has won 2 Masters. That is quite impressive. So Daniil Medvedev, I think, is one of the players who will go advance from that group. So I have him on my number 4th place. On my number 3rd place, I have Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal, I think, will advance from this group as well. Like I said, he is 11-1 on the head-to-head on this group against these next geners. The only player who has defeated him before is Stefanos Tsitsipas. So I see Rafael Nadal advancing as well. He is so consistent. He is so good. He is so talented. I know that indoors is not his best surface. That is not the best conditions for him. But he's not bad. He's not as good indoors like he's on clay, hard court and grass outside, but he's still good. He's not bad. Rafael Nadal is not bad in any surface. So, and the player that he has on his group, he will take good care of them, I think. Maybe Rafa will not win all the matches, but he will still win. But he will at least win 2 and advance to that semi-final. So Rafa is on my number 3rd place. On my number 2nd place, I have Roger Federer on the other group. So from the Andre Agassi group, Rafa Nadal and Daniil Medvedev, I think, will advance to the semi-final. On the other group, where Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Dominic Thiem and Matteo Berrettini are in that Björn Borg group, I think on my third place I have Roger Federer. I think Roger Federer will advance. I was deadly impressed by Roger in Basel. He was playing killing tennis. He was playing ultra aggressive first strike tennis with low unforced errors and with high winners. If he can play that kind of tennis in London as well, and he has defeated Matteo Berrettini before. He has defeated Dominic Thiem before. And I don't like Dominic Thiem's chances on indoors fast conditions. I don't fancy his chances that super great. Even though the Dominic Thiem has done his probably best year on his entire career, where he has won 5 titles, most titles of the entire field together with Novak Djokovic, and 3 of those titles is actually outside clay. I just don't fancy his chances indoors. I think that indoors it's too fast for him. He has too long of swings. Its bounces too low. I just don't like his chances. He played last year, I remember, I don't think that he won any match last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he won any match last year. Maybe I'm wrong. And if he won a match, any match, it was only one match that he won last year. But my feeling is that he didn't win any match last year. He was not good. And I don't fancy his chances here either. I don't think that Dominic Thiem will advance from this Bjorn group. I think Roger Federer will do it. That's why I have Roger on my second place. On my first place, I have the favorite. I have the man to beat. I have the world number 2 at the moment, but he's chasing the world number 1 ending together with Rafa Nadal. It is Novak Djokovic. I was deadly impressed from Novak in Paris. He sent a message to the rest of the field. He said to all of them that I am here to compete. I am here to win big titles. I am here to chase that end world number 1. And I am here to win that World Tour Finals title for the 6th time. So I believe that Novak Djokovic is the man to beat. I believe that Novak Djokovic is the player who will win this tournament. I think we will have a final between Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. I think we will have a semi-finals between Daniil Medvedev and maybe, I don't know who Medvedev will face in the semi-finals, Federer or Djokovic, depending who wins most matches. And the other semi-final will say we will have a semi-final between Medvedev and Roger Federer. We say it like that. And the other semi-final will be between Djokovic and Rafael Nadal. I think that Federer beats Medvedev in his semi-finals, and I think that Novak Djokovic beats Rafael Nadal in the other semi-final. And if we have the other side of the way, if Medvedev faces Novak Djokovic in the semi-finals, I think that Novak Djokovic will take care of Medvedev, even though that Medvedev has won against Novak Djokovic the last couple of times. But I think that Novak Djokovic is focused. He wants this title badly. He wants this end world number 1 badly. So I think Djokovic wins against Medvedev in the semi-final if we get that matchup. And if we get the other matchup, Nadal against Federer, I think that Roger Federer will take care of Nadal. Roger Federer has taken good care about Rafa Nadal in 5 years' time now, outside clay. I'll say that Rafa doesn't have a chance against Federer. It is Rafa Nadal, for God's sakes. Of course he has a chance. But I will pick Roger Federer in that matchup if Rafa and Roger faces in the semi-final. And then in the final, we will have a match between Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. I don't know. Roger Federer, it is pretty clear he's defeating all the players in the world, more or less. He is defeating all the players. You just name it. Not all the time, but times to times, he's defeating all the players. The player he has having so much trouble and he has not defeated in 5 years, since 2015, 4 years, I'm sorry, it is Novak Djokovic. And the last time Roger Federer defeated Novak Djokovic was actually here in London in a round-robin match 2015. But then they faced later on in the final, and then Roger lost the final against Djokovic. So, Federer, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Federer defeats Djokovic in a round-robin match here in London as well. These couple of days that the tournament will start. I will not be surprised, because in a round-robin match it's a different story to defeat Djokovic, and in a final, on a big match like final, it is a different story to defeat Djokovic. And Federer will play more relaxed in a round-robin match, I believe. So I would not be surprised if Federer defeats Djokovic in a round-robin match on the group. But then later on in the final, I would be at least a little surprised if Federer defeats Djokovic. Djokovic in a final, which I believe we will get the Federer and Djokovic in the final, I believe that Djokovic will be too much for Federer to handle. Djokovic will be too consistent. Djokovic will be too clean. Djokovic will be too solid. Djokovic will play too deep with his shots, which is Djokovic's biggest strength, to play deep shots. What is the biggest nightmare for tennis player? To have balls who land just in front of your feet. It's not easy to do much with those balls. And why does Federer have easier times against Nadal? Nadal doesn't play with same kind of depth like Djokovic. Nadal doesn't play as forward, as close to the baseline like Djokovic does. And that's why Federer has more times against Nadal, Federer has less times against Djokovic. And that's why Federer has not defeated Djokovic in 4 years. And if you compare Grand Slams, in 7 years, since 2012 Wimbledon. So Djokovic in the matchup in the final between Federer and Djokovic, I will pick Djokovic to win that match in the final. I hope I'm wrong. As a huge diehard Federer fan, I truly hope I'm wrong. Hope Federer proves me wrong and wins the title. But my pick for this tournament to win, it will be Novak Djokovic. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.